Hey guys, it's Ivory. Welcome to my channel. So today I'm doing a review on the Violet Voss Pro eyeshadow palette. This is what it looks like. You've got your warm cranberries, and then you got your neutrals, your golds, your oranges. You have some browns here. This is definitely right up my alley. If you've been following me for a while, you know I love neutrals and I love warm tone colors. So these are shades that I'm very familiar and comfortable with. This was given to me as a gift by Magdalene Janet. She has a beauty channel too, so I will put her in the description box below. So right after you finish watching this video, be sure to go over to hers and subscribe, watch her videos, and tell her I sent you. It's so funny because in my Get Ready With Me and Q&A, someone asked what I wanted on my Christmas list, and I said I wanted a luxury eyeshadow palette. I didn't say which, I just said I would like to have more luxury eyeshadow palettes. And she sent this to me before that video came out. So she basically is like a mind reader. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I post new videos every Wednesdays and Sundays and post occasional bonus videos throughout the week. So if you'd like to see how I got this look with this palette, then please keep on watching. Starting off with the base, I went ahead and added the Fit Me concealer. This is in the shade Light, and I applied a really thin layer and then just buffed it out. And then right after, I just added a thin layer of the Urban Decay Primer Potion. Starting off with a very small fluffy brush. This is from BH Cosmetics, the Marble Luxe Marble Set. This is the number 9 brush, and I'm first starting out with the shade Wine and Dine, and I'm going to stamp that very slowly into the socket of my eye as well as the outer V. This color a little bit goes a long way, and the first time I used this color, it was like really bright and vibrant, so I think using just small doses is better and just building it up versus like just straight up super vibrant and then you can't take it down. And then once you have the shape that you like, I just kind of sweep it around and make sure nothing is patchy or too harsh. Next, with the BH Cosmetics number 8 brush, I am going into the shade Hashtag, and I'm going to blend out Wine and Dine so it kind of has like a sunsetty type of vibe. And not only am I blending this up here, but as well as on the side. I think I've tried this palette around 3 times at this point, and every single time I pick it up, the shadows perform really well. And then once that is blended into Wine and Dine, I'm just gonna take the brush without adding any product of Wine and Dine, and I'm just gonna re-intensify that color. Going back in with the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, I'm just adding a little bit to the lid, and then using a Morphe M124 brush, I'm going to cut the crease. With monolids, it's kind of hard to see or tell where you wanna add the concealer just because we don't have that lid that a lot of other people have. So depending on the eye, you either have to fake it and kind of just guesstimate how it will look. I would start really small with the semicircle, and then if you think that it's not enough of a ratio between lid and I don't know what the other part of it is called, but if you think that the semicircle is too small, then you can just keep adding and making it bigger. But since I'm working with my own eyes and I don't care about like poking and hurting myself, I just take a brush and first I start off kind of low where I know the socket isn't at, and then I kind of just rise it up, and then I let it kind of just, like you see, it creates that crease that I don't have, and I kind of just stick the concealer in there, and then by the time I let go, the imprint is there, so I know exactly where the highest is gonna be. And the shape looks a little bit weird. It's kind of like a clown, but don't worry, I'm going to deepen out the outer V, so we'll get to that. With a very small damp eye shader brush, I am going into the shade So Jelly, and I am going to stick that into the inner third of my lid, and I'm gonna make sure that it stays really close to the concealer and I'm not going outside of those boundaries. And with shimmers and metallics, what I like to do is set the first layer down to make it precise, and then once it's down, I will go in with my finger and add a second layer just so that it's more vibrant. I also have to be really careful because for one, your finger is blocking your eye, so you can't really see, like you are down to one eye already, and I actually have kind of bad vision lately. I know it's because I look at a computer screen all day and I'm on my phone and everything's really close, and now like when I drive, it's really hard to see street signs, and it's freaking me out because I really thought I wouldn't have to wear glasses for like an everyday thing. I don't have contacts. My mom has contacts and glasses, and I just thought I would have have good vision forever. I mean, I've had glasses for a while, but I never wore them. And now it's coming to the point where like I actually need to wear glasses at night when I'm driving, and I'm just not used to it. Next, with a Morphe M224 brush, I am going in with the shade On Fleek, and I'm gonna place that into the middle third of the lid. And right now they look like separated, like bars of different colored shimmers, but we're gonna go back in and we're gonna blend them all together. You have to trust me, okay? There have been times where I have veered you wrong, and I'm very sorry, but times have changed and so have I. And then using the same brush, I'm gonna flip it, and then I'm going to go in with the shade Cranberry Splash, and that is gonna be the last third of my lid. And you're not really gonna see this color that much. The other two you're gonna see way more, just because it's blending into the Wine and Dine shade. Going in with a small shader brush, this is the one I used for So Jelly, the first color. I'm gonna start blending that in with the second color, which was On Fleek. I hate that word. It just doesn't roll off the tongue on me. It's like if my mom was like, you go girl, like it doesn't go. Like, no, stop. Don't really like the eyeshadow palette. It does hold up. The brows, they still fleeky. After you have a nice gradient with your shimmers, I'm going in with the Luxie 243 brush, and I am going into the shade Brownie Points. I'm really lightly tapping into that to darken my outer V, and I'm gonna go into the socket just a little bit. I feel like this type of look, like a shimmer on the lid and then a smoked out outer corner, just really flatters everybody. Like, I love seeing halo eyes and other cut creases and like really complex looks, but whenever I do them, even if I like the look, I just don't think they're as flattering as this type of shape. So I always end up just doing this because I know it's like my tried and true is gonna come out looking okay. Next, with a pencil brush, I am going in with the shade Ploof. It is like an off pink frosty shimmer, and I'm gonna apply that to both the brow bone, and I'm eventually gonna add it into my inner corner, but I want to do the rest of my face first. Okay, and then lastly, I'm going to add a wing. This is the Sleek Makeup Fierce Felt Liner. I did do a review on Sleek Makeup. I will put it up here in the suggested if you are interested, and I'm just gonna create a wing. Okay, and that is the wing liner. I actually went for a more dramatic wing than I normally would. I was FaceTiming with my best friend Issa, and I was like, what do you think of this wing? Should it be bigger or is it good as is? And she's like, bigger. I'm like, got it. So I want to do the rest of my face before I do my lower lash line. Normally I would say I'm gonna do this off of camera, but some people really enjoy just watching people do makeup. I am one of those people. It kind of just gives you like a Instagram makeup video tutorial type of feel. So if you are like me and you like watching people just apply makeup without actually talking, that's what I'm gonna do. You are more than welcome to fast forward, but if you want to watch me do my makeup, then just sit back and enjoy the music, and I don't know how to transition. So here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the eye look with a Morphe M410 brush. I am going first in with Wine and Dine, and I'm going to tightline my lower lash line. And then using an e.l.f. eye crease brush, I am going in with the shade Hashtag, and I am going to smoke out Wine and Dine. With a pencil brush, I am going into the shade Ploof, and I'm actually going to mix it in with the first shade, which is Crystal, and I'm going to apply that to the inner corner. And I'm also going to go ahead and take that combination and add it to the tip of my nose as well as the bridge. Alright, and then lastly, I'm going to highlight today using a Morphe M501 brush. I am actually going to mix in Crystal as well as Ploof and Chill, just because it has a little bit of a gold undertone, which is my preference when it comes to highlighters. This isn't meant for highlighting, but I love using eyeshadows as highlighters just because, for one, you don't have to buy another highlighter. It kind of just is all together. And I feel like you don't have that risk of sometimes the highlighter is a little too chunky. Eyeshadow shimmers and metallics are very smooth and micronized, so they glide on really nicely. And it also just saves time because you don't have to grab a bunch of products to create a full face. You got your highlighter and your eyeshadow all in one. It's just one less product to carry. Whether you're traveling or you just have a very small living space, so you don't have a lot of room for your beauty products, it's just one last item that you actually need to have on deck. And this is the completed look, guys. I love the way my eyes look. I think that the shadows blended out really nicely, specifically this last shade, Wine and Dine. The first time that I used this, it showed up so quickly and it was so vibrant. It kind of threw me off a little bit. So work in small sections because there's a lot of payoff right away. If you're looking for a palette with colors like this, you are not going to be disappointed about the quality. I want to thank Magdalene Janet again for offering this to me. Don't forget that I added her channel in the description box below. So right after you watch this video, go to her channel and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like this video and feel free to comment down below what other types of videos you'd like to see from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!